I think of a Nintendo video game console, the first thing that comes to mind is this, the legendary Nintendo Entertainment System. I love this thing. Look at it. You open the door, you got games in there. That's the NES cartridge for Gradius. Good stuff. However, when a whole new generation thinks of Nintendo, they think of this, the Nintendo Wii, which is about the same size as a Nintendo Entertainment System cartridge, and is in fact just about the exact same size as the NES Advantage. I have to admit that when I first heard about the Wii and read the technical specifications and saw what the unit looked like, I was not immediately impressed. It's a completely different game console than its competition, the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, which are like the Death Star and the Star Destroyer of video game systems, compared to this, which is like the Millennium Falcon. I say that because the Wii defies all the odds, just like the Millennium Falcon. Let's take a close-up look at this thing. The Wii is very small, compact, and well designed. Here's where the plug goes for the power, and the Wii uses an outboard power supply, just like the Atari 2600 or the mini PlayStation 2. This is for the unique Wii sensor bar that you use with the Wii controller. That's the AV output plug, and there's two USB ports here in the back. Now, I always like backwards compatibility in any video game console, and the Wii does give you that. It allows you to play GameCube games by giving you the memory card slots here for the GameCube and the controller ports for the GameCube. The front of the unit has the power button, reset button. You can put an SD card in there, and then the eject button for the Wii discs and also for the GameCube discs. Now, I have to admit that I've never been a huge fan of the Nintendo GameCube. I've always felt that the GameCube video game console itself was very subpar for Nintendo, who can usually make such nice, substantial pieces of equipment like the Wii. I always thought the GameCube was really cheap and plasticky. But when you buy a Wii, you're getting a GameCube, and there's still a lot of great games for the GameCube, like Metroid Prime, for instance. Plugging your controller here on the side. GameCube discs are these little tiny, little rinky-dink things. And you just plug those into the front of the Wii. And voila, a GameCube without being a GameCube. I applaud Nintendo's decision for making the Wii backwards compatible with the Nintendo GameCube because it effectively doubles the amount of games that you can play on your Wii, and that makes it a better value. When you're done playing your GameCube game, you hit the eject button. There's a little neon thing that lights up in there. So you can pull out Metroid Prime, and we'll insert Metroid Prime Corruption. The Wii discs are the exact same size as a standard compact disc or DVD. One nice thing about the Wii is that its compact size makes it easy to fit into spots that other video game consoles wouldn't. I have ours under the television here on top of the DVR. You can see there's just a little bit of room there. I have the sensor bar for the Wii on top of the television, which is a good place for it. When the original Nintendo Entertainment System came out in the mid-1980s, it was a revolutionary and very successful design for Nintendo because it didn't look anything like the game systems that had existed up to that point, like the Atari 2600 and the ColecoVision. For one thing, the games slid in the front, had a little door. Looks more like a VCR than an old-school video game system. The Wii is very similar to the NES in that respect because it looks and feels completely different than any of the other video game systems out right now. The Wii is much smaller than the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. It's meant to appeal to a completely different market. It's more of a family-friendly game system. And they've also sold it with this stand. So you'll typically see the Wii advertised like that, which looks completely different than the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. It all goes back to marketing, something that Nintendo has excelled at for decades. One of the most unique aspects of the Wii is its revolutionary controller, which allows you to get up off the couch and interact with your games by using the Wii sensor bar on top of the television, or below the television, wherever you want to put it. You can swing this thing around, bat balls, bowling balls, golf, shoot things like in Metroid. It's a really exciting and completely different controller than anything else you'll find. And it's even got a little speaker on it And just using the Wii menus requires you to take the controller and point it at things. You can also turn it sideways and play it like you're playing an old school Nintendo controller, if you're downloading games from the Wii Virtual Console, for example. I don't have too many complaints about the Wii in general. I think you get what you pay for, and it's a very well designed unit. It has a lot of neat games for it. My biggest complaint is that there's not a direct Ethernet cable connection into the back of the Wii. They want you to use this thing with a wireless network, and it's supposed to just easily sniff out your network and hook up, and I've not had that luck. It's been a real pain in the ass getting this thing onto my network. All I needed to do was put a plug back here. I use a cable to plug in my PS3 and 360 straight to the back of the game console. With the Wii, you have to buy something special that plugs into the USB port, and then you can plug a cable into it. And that's a bit frustrating. You think they could have done that differently. Here's the Wii next to its grandfather, the NES, both unique, exciting game consoles that defied the odds and became great successes for Nintendo. Now, the Wii has its strengths. It's not the game console to buy if you want to play a bunch of high-definition, violent, dark first-person shooters or realistic driving games. If you want that, you get a PS3 or a 360. However, because of its unique controller, fun library of games, and more social games that get you up off the couch and allow you to play with your friends, the Wii's a great system for casual gamers or people that don't want to just sit there and zone out staring at their television for days on end. The fact is, when you buy a Wii, you know what you're getting. You're getting that unique gameplay that makes the Wii stand out. You're getting access to the Mario games and Metroid games. You're getting the Wii Virtual Console, and you're also getting a Nintendo GameCube. Wii games cost several dollars less than competing Xbox 360 and PS3 games, and there's many titles to choose from. Now, being that this is classic game room, there is one change I would make to the Wii to make this the perfect game console. And I'm just going to do a mock-up of this and suggest it to Nintendo. So Nintendo, if you're listening, here's what you can do if you're manufacturing a new version of the Wii in the future. Check this out. Take it off the base. Alright, just lay the Wii flat, like that. Alright. Take an NES Advantage. About the same size. See that? We'll just use duct tape here. And there you have it. The Wii Advantage. You can play Wii games, turn it sideways, and play like you're playing with the NES Advantage. You guys can take this idea. Like, I'm offering it to you for free. You might want to use like super glue instead of duct tape, but I think this theory is still good. Actually, it gives a little more support to the controller too, so it doesn't wobble. That's a damn good idea. Check this out. It doesn't even interfere with the game discs. This is f***ing brilliant.